You know, a lot of women today are having this issue where men are just not approaching them. They're not. Case in point, this woman here. Let's review it.
I need somebody to give me the fucking tutorial on how to be a woman that a man feels comfortable approaching. Like, I am trying to work so hard on my resting face. I don't know how to portray, like, single. Talk to me.
Okay, let's just stop right there. First of all, where's your daddy at? Why don't you go talk to him? See, a lot of you ladies don't go talk to your father and say, listen, what kind of woman I need to be to get a husband? You're always going to talk to women. Okay, let's say your father's not around. Do you have a brother that you could talk to? Do you have, cousins, somebody that obviously a man that's respectable, a man that's got a wife, a man that's just doing his thing, and get a consensus of these men's opinions on what you need to do to position yourself to find a husband. Now, also, this is not just this woman, because the actress that plays Fatima on Tyler Perry's shows like Zatima and Sisters and things like that. I think her name is Crystal Haslett. I think that's her real name. She even recently came out and said the exact same thing like this woman, saying nobody's approaching her either. She can't get nobody either. Right? So I've been hearing this common theme. But one thing that we got to put out here is this. A lot of men in America won't approach y'all because of two words: Me Too. See, when y'all got behind the Me Too movement and men was getting fired for compliments. Now, I'm not talking about predatory compliments. I'm not, some that's just a simple that wouldn't be too bad, and these men were losing their jobs. They couldn't defend themselves. Whatever the woman say went. What do you thought the unintended consequence was going to be? What a man's going to say is, hey, I don't want to lose my job by approaching her. I don't want to lose that because I need to pay my bills. I don't want to be viewed as a predator, because the Me Too movement also was trying to view all men as predators. All. I remember this woman, her name is not important, but she was on Boulay Martin's show. And she was a regular guest on Boulay Martin's show. And she even told him that just because he was a man, he had a potential to be a predator too. And he couldn't believe it, that she would be on his show every day and think that way about him. Now, I don't believe, at all that Boulay Martin is any kind of predator. I mean, I disagree his politics, but definitely I don't believe that about him. But yeah, you got a woman sitting next to you saying that about you. You know what I'm saying? That's what was going on. So no man wants to be viewed as a predator. Now, let's talk about passport bros. They can go approach women outside of America and don't be viewed as a predator, because that's kind of normal and that's okay. But in this country, you better watch it, what you say. So this is why a lot of these men don't say a lot to y'all. They actually want y'all to come up to them and say something, because that's the way y'all deem that in society. Unfortunately, now y'all crying foul about no man want to approach y'all. Let's continue.
Talk to me. I'm single. I've been single for 2 years. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
You've been single for 2 years because of one thing, ma'am. Yourself. There's a lot of women that don't want to take accountability for themselves. It's everybody else's fault. It's never them. And I see that overarching theme with a lot of women. They do not want to take responsibility of why they're single. Oh, it's the men. It's the men. It's the men. Okay, all men of wherever you meeting them at, all these men don't want you? Come on now. These men aren't talking to each other about you. So nobody wants you. It's everybody else, but nothing to do with you. No, you need to have some self-reflection and look at why these guys don't want to talk to you. Take a inventory of your last few relationships. Why did they break up? Was it the type of guy that you were choosing? Certain kind of guys you feel intimidated to talk to, in which a lot of women do feel intimidated to talk to guys that know their worth. I even seen a video of a woman recently talking about that they don't like men that know their worth, because men that know their worth not going to put up with any old thing. And that's true. This is why I want men to be successful financially, because when men are successful financially, their self-esteem is a little bit higher. When they are broke, their self-esteem is low. So when a man has higher self-esteem, he's just not going to put up with any old thing, right? He's not going to put up with attitude. He's not going to put up with mouth. He's not going to put up with just a lot of things that men just not going to put up with. But take an inventory of that. Figure out what it is. Some things could be physical, right? Let's say if it's not a physical thing, because you got women who don't have any kind of physical issue or flaw at all, and yet they still can't get nobody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to understand, you can do all the makeup you want. You can go to the gym. You can work out 7 days a week if you want to. You can be the best shape of your life, which is good for your health. But if you're not working in the character of yourself, if you're not working on the heart, then it don't matter what all you put on your body or what your body look like. You can look good all day long to a man, but when a man gets to know you, you may be ugly. You may be, like I said, you could be 8, 9, and 10 physically, but your personality, your character, your attitude could be a -10. If your personality, character, etc. is a -10, that makes you a -10. It don't matter what you do to the outside. Case in point, if you have a woman that has a attitude, personality, character, etc., that's a 10, but she could be considered a 5. That woman that's a quote unquote 5 is a better woman than that woman is a 10 with a -10 personality. Because one thing about even a woman quote unquote being a 5, she can fix herself to raise that up. That's not an issue and problem. It's what's in here. And see, I'm speaking from a mature man status, right? And men who are mature. And I tell young men, focus on what's in here first, brother. Don't look at all this stuff on the outside, because this stuff on the outside fool you. Look, you got trans women running around now. So you better not be focusing on this look. You better be focusing on a whole lot of things outside. The character, what's going on, what's their background. Let me see your birth certificate. Look, y'all dealing with a different issue today. God bless y'all. That's why I couldn't. I would tell my own son, son, get you a woman overseas. If not, get you a woman from the deep south. You know what I'm saying? Where things are just a little bit more conservative. I don't know. Like I said, but everybody do what they want to do, right? It's just amazing me how America just really turned on its head. But ladies, sometimes you even got to smile, because some of y'all walk around here looking mean, and men don't want to approach a woman looking mean, because, okay, you got this mean foot look. How a man gonna talk to you on a good day? You know what I'm saying? You're not smiling. You're not being engaging. You're not doing anything, right? Then you have some women that hear me say, they say, that's weird to be smiling. Okay, if it's weird to be smiling at something that takes less muscles and frowning, something's wrong with you. And then on top of that, I don't know what's happening in society. I don't know if they putting something in the food. But another thing that's always just trips me out, what's up with these women, all these deep voices today? I've never seen so many women with deep voices. I'm not talking about this lady, but I've seen so many women say with deep voices. And I'm like, when did that start? Because I never heard women with a bunch of deep voices until like today. But, maybe it's so, I don't know. Y'all look into that. Well, let me know what y'all think about, this woman here. Like I said, she's been single for 2 years. She just needs to take an inventory of herself, talk to her daddy, her uncle, somebody, and figure out what she needs to do as a woman.